I was debating between a 180 and a 170. One of the things that I hear all the time is that aviation is not affordable. And I'm going to probably blow a few people's minds here when they find out what I paid for that 170. But the 170 that I found, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and he was like, "Hey, I found you an airplane." And I kind of laughed, and I'm like, "What did you find me?" He goes, "Oh, I found you a 170. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Where?" He goes, "It's an Everett." And I'm like, "All right. Why do I want this one? I've got like 5 other aircraft that I'm looking at." He goes, "Because I can get it to you for like 10 grand. And I'm like, "Shit."
Yeah.
All right. And so,
do you still have that friend, and does he have a second airplane?
Well, yes, I get pitched a lot of these airplanes.
Yeah, right.
But he goes, "Hey man, look, I know you have a thing with like restoring aircraft and like restoring cars, and like I have a belief in keeping things alive and like bringing them back from the dead. That's kind of the thing that I like to do. I've done it with cars in the past, and here we are with aviation." So it had a bad carry-through spar. So the front carry-through spar was corroded. And I called a friend of mine who's an A&P, and I was like, "Hey, here's what it's got." He's like, "Bloody hell, man. Like, those are made of unobtainium." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go look at it. Like, come look at it with me." So we flew out to freaking Everett. We looked at the airplane, and sure enough, that carry-through spar it had been sitting outside, it had a smoked rivet, and water had been dripping down it, and it basically just completely corroded out the carry-through spar over 10 years or whatever. And so he's like, "Dude, between that and there was like a horizontal tailpiece that had some issues as well." He's like, "Well, you're not flying it out of here." I'm like, "All right." So we yanked the wings off it. So I bought it. We yanked the wings off it, and we went to go trailer it back. But before we left, the guy was like, "Hey, I have a bunch of this other stuff here too. What else do you have?" He had like the engine that's in it. He had that. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But in box, brand new, carry-through spar. New old stock, like brand new in box. And I'm like, well, that's kind of nice. So we started working on it. And what we decided, I have an engineering, like I went to school for engineering, so I have this engineering brain. And I'm like, well, how do I build the ultimate backcountry aircraft? Well, one, 45 horse ain't gonna cut it. So we, the STC that came with it and the engine that came with it was the Continental IO360. STC from XP Mods up in Renton. And so we're like, well, shoot, we already got the engine for it. Let's send it out and get it overhauled. So we sent it out. We had a few things done to it while it was out. Port polish, flow match, everything we could do to it legally. And then we strapped that to it. Well, when you put that with the giant Macaulay propeller on there, your forward CG goes kind of through the nose. So we're like, all right, well, we got to adjust it. So I got a field approval to like move my battery back an extra bay. So we took it off the firewall. We moved it to where it normally would go, and then we moved it back an additional bay. So I run a normal size battery back there. And then I'm like, God, I still need more weight in the back. And so I reached out to the guys that produce T3 tail wheels. And so they were not STC at the time. I think I had serial number like 2 or 3. And I got a field approval to put that on. Well, that took 3 pounds and shoved it on my tail. And so I'm like, wow, I'm starting to get into balance here. This is nice. And so with that, I knew that I wanted more slow speed characteristic handling. So it has a sportsman's cuff on it. It does not have flap gap seals. We yanked flap gap seals out of that thing real fast. Went real utilitarian on the interior. And I've done a bunch of other mods to it as far to keep it lightweight. But it brings in at about, with that engine, I think I'm at 1410, 1415 with that engine that I've got in there. The carry-through spar has been done. Everything else has been lightened as much as we can. And we put 180 deer on it. 31-inch bush wheels, double puck brakes. Pretty much, I've got a list. I think I've got something like 52 field approvals on it. So that's the Hawkwagon.